Brought to you by patreon.com/inspireddisorder and inspireddisorder.com/audible.
What you manifest in your mind, you can bring to reality.
The Ultimate Movie Championship! Episode 54 from IDP 311. This is the show where Keith Spurlock and I sit down. We're given two movies at random, and we must argue and fight over which of those movies is better and should be added to our Ultimate Movie list over at flickchart.com/IDP. Let's check it out and see how it all plays out in this episode right now. Casper versus Zach and Mary Make a Porno. Zach and Mary
Make a Porno.
Yeah.
Casper was a fun movie as a kid, though. I was a kid when it came out.
I know I watched it I probably rented it, so I probably watched it like twice
Christina
before I brought it back.
Ricci,
But I didn't really.
That
It wasn't
fucking kid that was in everything back then.
Devin Sawa.
Yeah, that kid.
Yeah. But don't really remember the movie that much, so it didn't stick. I remember the cartoon. Well, I don't remember the cartoon, but I know I love the cartoon growing up.
Yeah.
Platoon.
No one's seen Father of the Bride from the 50s.
All right. I didn't even know that was a remake.
I did.
I guess they've just always been remaking shit.
Every fucking year.
Yeah. Platoon versus Napoleon Dynamite.
Platoon.
Man, no way, dude. I think they're both great movies. I'm not a big fan of Platoon.
Dude.
Out of war movies, it's probably on the list somewhere.
It's a really good fucking movie.
Napoleon
Dynamite was funny for a time, but it
Oh, sure, but
it
so
died.
are war movies, specifically Platoon. I remember watching it, because you got to see Platoon, and it was good. And I probably owned it, but I'm watching like Saving Private Ryan before I'm watching Platoon.
I agree.
I'm watching a lot
agree
of,
with
if
that.
I'm like, I'm in the mood for a war movie, but if I'm in the mood for like super dry independent comedy, I would probably revisit Napoleon Dynamite. And it was just, it took the world by storm.
It did, but
that's like,
and I own it.
I get it got overplayed, but that doesn't mean shit. That's
no,
like the Matrix got overplayed.
I agree that it still stands the test of time. Like
Yeah.
it did get overplayed.
Yeah.
But I've
Like
watched
a lot
it,
of shit ends with a dance scene now, including the OA.
But still, Platoon is a great movie.
But
I can't
their
quote
genres,
anything from Platoon.
The only thing I know of Platoon is
get-
the slow motion scene that was spoofed in Tropic Thunder, where he's running towards the end. It's like the end scene of Platoon.
Yeah.
I think it's Willem Dafoe or something like that, and he gets shot, and it's a slow motion scene where he falls to his knees.
No, I'm just
That's
kidding.
the classic
Napoleon
scene of
Dynamite.
Platoon. Okay. I'm not Platoon. I enjoy Platoon. It's a great movie. I agree.
No, you swayed me.
But
I
it's
get
not watchability for sure. Hangover, the first and the only, versus X-Men Origins Wolverine. Which one is this one?
This is the terrible one where Ryan Reynolds was Deadpool,
So I've
but
seen-
he wasn't
Well, this is
the real Deadpool.
this is easy then.
Yeah, had the Hangover,
Yeah.
obviously. It would be easy
Just
versus any of the X-Men.
That
really.
poster is
Yeah.
better than the movie.
Wow, yes.
Babe.
The original,
the
not
original-
Babe, Pig in the City.
I wonder what Izzy would do if I put Babe on. She's so trained to attack pig-looking things.
She would eat the TV.
It'd be hilarious.
Quit being a pig
she's
right
like,
now.
oh, I'm eating Babe right now. So Babe versus Batman Returns.
Which is...
Is that the Joker?
Catwoman.
Is
and the
Danny
Penguin.
DeVito Penguin?
Yeah.
For Batman Returns.
Obviously.
Yeah. I remember watching it. Never saw the second one.
That'll do, Pig.
Yeah,
That'll
that's.
do.
But then, that was used in Shrek. That'll do, donkey. That'll do.
Wow, we're getting super Nazi'd out right now.
This is the Trump's America.
Double Nazi?
First off, speaking of Nazis, I never thought in my lifetime that I would be reading articles where Nazis first off, our Nazis are part of the story going on, right?
It's so
Because that's
weird.
all
I don't even
like those are like plot lines to like the all 80s movies that they're the enemy, or 50s. Well,
The
anything
Russians,
set in the 50s.
Russians in the 80s.
Yeah, but they're always like it's the Russians or the
But
Nazis.
now our
It's
government
weird.
loves
No,
the Russians.
I don't care about that. I don't care about any of that.
And they are Nazis.
I think it's just very interesting that Nazis are in the news again, and it's even more astounding that to some people they're the sympathetic character in that story.
Oh, well, you gotta call everyone
So,
a Nazi. I mean,
it's like people. Oh, I'm a Nazi, and I get punched in the face. Oh, I like people that feel sympathetic to the Nazi is like, do you know what they stand for? Right?
You know, a lot of
World War II,
lot of
right?
them are even the crazy uber liberals who are like, you should never punch anyone in the face. It's like, yeah, but that guy's a Nazi.
Yeah.
Fuck that guy.
It's stupid. That's why I'm saying it's not only weird that they're in the news again in 2017. They're having a resurgence in popularity, but they're also sympathetic characters. For the first time in my entire existence as an American, a Nazi is a sympathetic character. Now I understand American History X, Edward Norton becomes a sympathetic character because he changes after realizing that he's an ignorant fucking racist, and he grows. He grows over the course of American History X.
Valkyrie, Tom Cruise tries to murder Hitler, and it doesn't work because he fucked it up.
Yeah.
But
I enjoyed Valkyrie, though.
It's a good movie.
Even though I guess the accents
it was
are all
a
bad.
decent
but
movie.
It's whatever. It's watchable.
American History X, great
Yeah.
movie. American
sure.
History X,
Oh,
for sure.
Yeah. I used to watch American History X on 4th of July.
Jesus, you fucking Nazi.
American History X, and then he gets over it. It's about becoming non-racist. Although at the end it's like,
Curb
what's
stomp
the point
someone,
of
you
it?
fucking
That
lunatic?
scene, first off, that scene where you hear the teeth scrape
Oh, it's
on the
so,
it's like that's like the best sound design. I don't know if it won for that, but just that scene, best sound. Best sound.
What is that called? The
Folly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad it changed because it was
Did
something
it?
else. Yeah.
Mars Attacks versus Sin City.
I love Mars
I really
Attacks.
want to watch Mars Attacks. It's been too long.
It has.
I need to
We
refresh
need to.
myself. It's just not anywhere. It's not anywhere. I mean, I probably should just buy it.
You
But
probably own it and don't know it.
oh, I probably have it on DVD, but I haven't opened that folder. That's like giveaway shit. It's like I'll give you movies. I have in my van. I have Biodome because I just wanted to test out the Blu-ray or the DVD player in there, just to see if it works. The screen's like slightly larger than my iPhone, but like super low resolution. But so still, but it's like I don't. Why would I? I don't. The only reason I fire up the Blu-ray player is to play Comedy Central stuff.
And
the
none
website.
of them are actually Blu-rays.
I probably own 3 Blu-rays. I have Fight Club on Blu-ray. Yeah, but I'm not like when Blu-ray came out, I was like, this is bullshit. Like streaming's taking over. I don't give. And now you can get 4K streaming.
Yeah.
And there's gonna be 4K. But I was like, I don't want to carry around shit. I don't need I'll get some books, but I don't need to be carrying. I had like a wall's worth of DVDs, and even though that folder I had like 4 folders. So it's like I purged a lot of movies. And I'm like, I'm never gonna watch these. Then I held on to some. Anyway, Mars Attacks versus Sin City. I have to go Sin City.
Yeah.
Although I have a feeling potentially, maybe it would be more difficult.
No, it would never.
It would be a little bit more difficult if I had seen Mars Attacks.
I love Mars
If
Attacks.
Mars Attacks,
but
rewatching
Sin City
it,
is, I
But
think,
what if
could
Mars
be in my
Attacks is
top
like
30.
Yeah, it's. But Mars Attacks could be like the epic comedy that I forgot that, like I never just didn't get the humor when I saw it. I don't know. Sin City.
It's good. It's fun.
I just want to watch it. I can't really say with confidence any of those things. It's like I remember it being good, but
I
it
can't
wasn't
believe
like,
these two came out so close together. It doesn't seem like.
Yeah, I didn't hear about Rushmore till later.
Really?
Yeah. I wasn't into movies like a couple years, like 99, 2000. For sure, like 2 years later, I heard about it. Versus Titanic for sure. I heard about it. So Titanic versus Rushmore. Rushmore.
Yeah.
I'm not a big Rushmore fan as far as his movies.
No, I'm not. But
Royal Tenenbaums I would enjoy more.
Titanic was just not my groove.
The second half is really fun when everybody starts dying.
Yeah, when people die
Action, and it's
there's
like
a lot of crazy CG I'd never seen before.
Yeah.
And
the love story I don't give a shit about. The song is the most, like, I can hear the song in my head right now, which is not good. The Celine Dion song.
You, me, that
Yeah. That scene's been done a million times. That's I mean, it's he was an artist too. It was like, oh, I get to draw chicks naked.
I think
It's
I did
had
it
no
bad
desire
enough
to
that we won't get copyright hit on that shit.
Good job for making sure you did it poorly.
You're welcome.
Rushmore. That's an interesting Fear and Loathing poster. I enjoy it. Kind of reminds me of the Detroit Rock City poster I had. It's very caricature-ish. Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas versus a movie I have not seen.
I've not seen The Experimenter.
I have seen The Experimenter.
I have not. Is that
it's a movie.
Neil Patrick Harris?
No.
Who is that?
It's I don't know if I would
Peter
know his name.
Skarsgård.
Maybe. I don't
it
know
says
his name.
right there.
Okay.
And
there we
Winona
go.
Ryder.
Okay.
But I haven't seen it.
You've heard of the experiment that they do where it's like you have
You
the
think
tester
you're shocking
and,
someone?
Yeah. So
Okay.
that's a movie about that.
Okay.
Which is a pretty good movie.
That shit's
You know?
in a lot. But that's another zeitgeist thing. Like,
Well, there's a big
that
one.
test.
There's one that's been remade a few times. I think it's called, I forget what it's called, but it's a Stanford study where like they got a bunch of
the
volunteers.
prisoners?
Yeah. There's a documentary that's good, and I've
Yeah,
seen
that's
2 movies. There's like
But I'm saying zeitgeist is like, and like I know it just from not
probably
knowing
Joe
it,
Rogan
but
probably
not,
brought
but
it
knowing
up a bunch
it.
of times. Yeah. It's one of those things. That's why I knew you'd know The Experiment. That's why I
Yes.
explained it that way.
You're like, you know that
It's like
one thing.
you've
I'm
heard
like,
of The
I'm
Experiment.
like, oh yes,
Yeah.
exactly. I know that's
It's a movie about that.
Yeah. Okay.
It's a decent movie, but
Fear-
it's pretty basic.
I
Yeah,
haven't seen
Fear
it,
and Loathing.
so
Oh, yeah,
yeah,
you
but I
haven't
haven't
seen
seen it, so we gotta still.
That's right. I wouldn't say rush out to it, but if it's on Netflix or something. It is interesting. Ooh. First Blood.
Rambo.
The first Rambo. Versus Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas.
Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas.
Bro.
I don't give.
Nah,
I don't
go
give
Fear
a.
and Loathing.
I don't give a bro what you bro.
Yeah, well, that's where I started and I ended there. You could shoot your eye out with that decision, but The Lamp is great. Christmas Story. Sounds like somebody with a system outside. Versus Shrek.
The OG Shrek.
The OG Shrek versus the
Shrizak.
The almost definition of overplayed film. Like, isn't it just on repeat during the holidays on TBS? or
For
whatever?
Christmas, it plays 24 hours on TBS.
Yeah. So that's
And
like
I
can't.
still love that movie.
I enjoy it, but it's like I'd rather go Shrek over that one.
Really?
Just because, like, out of Christmas movies, that one's so overplayed for me. I like National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation,
Christmas Story
is one of the best. You got Home
Or,
Alone
no, it is
one of the
Christmas
best
Vacation. Why would I call it Christmas Story?
because of that. But like those two, I'd rather watch way more than because
I would
they're not
too,
on repeat.
but
Like, it's the generic thing. It's like the screensaver for the holidays.
I would rather watch a Christmas Story than Shrek.
Oh, I wouldn't. I've seen A Christmas Story too much for a lifetime. It's been a while since I've seen Shrek. I haven't seen the first one in a minute.
Yeah, but it's not like we have cable where the Christmas Story is playing 24/7.
Yeah, but if I did have cable, I wouldn't be on that channel. Like, I have no desire to watch that movie. I got OD'd on that movie as a child. I'm good. I don't need it. That and like the other one, the Miracle one, black and white one. You haven't seen
Miracle
it.
in 24.
No, not that one. That one's whatever. The one with the dude that
Jimmy
talks.
Stewart.
Yeah, Jimmy Stewart. It's a Wonderful Life.
It's a Wonderful Life. Yeah,
this is better than It's a Wonderful Life. I mean, it's more modern, but
I'm Ride or Die with Christmas Story. Let's take it to the judges.
Right. It'd be interesting to see what the judges say. Fake fat dude story, holiday story.
What up? I got you, Christmas Story.
Nobody looks this movie up. It's just on. 89%.
I can deal with that.
All right. Versus.
Yeah. What was your movie that you were so passionate about?
It doesn't matter. This one I'm the least. It could have been a shitload of movies, is what I'm saying.
It's Shrek.
Shrek. That's right.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know. There's like a billion movies that I like more than this movie.
89.
89 versus Shrek, the original. Shrek. Oh, 88. That's like the closest ever. I almost thought we had a tie looking at it.
How do we do a tie?
I don't know, man. Oh, we go to the fan score. I think we had a tie. Just go to the fan score as the tiebreaker, because that's usually pretty different.
Christmas Story.
Oh, by one.
Suck it, Shrek.
You shoot your eye out. Wow, Lake Placid. Have you seen Lake Placid?
Of course.
It was like this, Deep Blue Sea. There was a lot of like water.
I'm
monster.
mad that Betty White didn't get her name up on the fucking.
I love that poster, by the way. Wizard of Oz. That's a great poster.
Yes, and the Wizard of Oz wins this shit.
That's an awesome poster. Man versus Fire.
On Fire.
Man
versus Fire, you fucking idiot. Man versus Fire. Where Denzel Washington fights fire.
Well,
with
I'm
his
just
fist.
saying, the two guys, Godzilla's fire, he breathes fire, right? And then Man versus Fire.
Plasma.
It's fire, bro. The original's plasma bullshit's new. Anyway, Godzilla, the 1998 Matthew Broderick
travesty.
Soundtrack was great. Versus Man on Fire, probably
Man
one of the best.
Man on Fire for sure. Man versus Fire.
Man versus Fire wins against Godzilla. That was just not a good movie. Although neither was the newest one. Newest one was worser. I would rather, if the two were the newest one versus that one, and that's all I had to choose from, I would watch that one.
That's a bold statement too.
The newest one was dog shit. They like baited you in the trailer. It's like, Breaking Bad dudes in this movie.
Yeah,
come and watch
Cranston.
it. Yeah, it's like, oh no,
and
but then he dies.
in...
Oh, but his son can he can survive everything. And there was a weird fucking cut. There was like, it was edited completely horrible. Like the traveling of the monsters in the movie is like somebody shuffled the deck there.
We should all be used to bad editing by
so
now.
That's why I'd watch. No. Versus
but still, Man on Fire wins. Why?
Yeah, I know. But I'm just saying, out of the Godzillas, I would way rather watch that. But that's only if those were the only choices. I'd rather just stare at a wall or just wait 2 hours and not do anything than watch either of those. Whereas Man on Fire, I've watched this shitload of times.
Tres más.
It's one of the best like Denzel action movies.
It's a great movie.
Because he's done a lot of those, seems like. The Royal Tenenbaums, looks like the internet's listening, versus Hannibal, which is the
sequel.
I think that's the
third one.
He removes his head and makes it his own brain.
Yeah, that's Ray Liotta's head.
Right. The Royal Tenenbaums.
Yes, for sure. Wes Anderson.
Sure. Yeah. It's better than Silence of the Lambs is the only good one. Although I heard the show's good.
Ooh, this is an interesting one.
Oh, it is. Black Hawk Down versus, which is another example of a war movie, completely different kind of war movie compared to Platoon. I would way rather watch Black Hawk Down than Platoon. Even though Platoon is more of a classic film.
I have a weird memory of like fucking this. Well, at the time she was married. I was fucking a married lady, and the first time we fucked was to Black Hawk Down.
It's interesting.
And I'm not proud of that shit because it's terrible now.
The movie or the fact that you fucked a married chick?
Yeah, I'm not proud of fucking a married chick.
Okay.
Like, that's
but
not
the
cool.
movie?
But the movie is great. I
Yeah.
love that movie. Fucking that movie.
I've watched that movie a ton of
I
times.
love that movie before that happened, but I just remember that was a situation that happened, and
Right. Versus The Sixth Sense.
which is a fucking fantastic movie.
The best Shyamalan movie.
I've heard his new movie Split
I've
is
been
tremendous.
avoiding spoilers on that.
I haven't
just
watched any
because they're
spoilers.
like-
I've heard reviews.
Everybody I've heard is like,
I've heard
do
reviews.
not listen to anything about this. I don't even watch the trailer. It's like, I just want to watch it. I enjoyed the last one he did. The
found
grandparents.
footage, yeah.
It was found footage by a kid who has a really good camera. Like she wants to
Aspiring
be a
documentary.
Exactly. So it's still filmed well,
Yeah.
but it gives an excuse for cameras to be there. So I'm looking forward to Split. But The Sixth Sense, man,
I gotta
first
go
Black Hawk
Sixth
Down.
Sense. Black Hawk Down was a great
Yeah.
movie, but Sixth Sense to me
Black
was,
Hawk Down's just like, okay, action. It's like a Speed almost, where it's just like constant action.
Yeah.
Versus like a complex movie with. That was when I was working at the movie theater when that came out. It was in the smallest. It would around for like a week or two, did nothing. Was in the smallest theater, and then word of mouth, it was back up in the large theater, selling out every show. Like I think we had multiple screens. It was like the crazy. It's the only time I ever saw that, where it's like this movie that like died in the box office got released, like
and then
right
just
when it's
revved
about
back up.
it couldn't do it now because they churn through movies so fast. But back then, like it was right before they started just, we need to have this movie on all of your large screens, where they just started flood the opening weekend market, and then they even changed the opening weekend to include Friday. They're doing so many things to like just make it look like numbers are doing so good. But yeah, Sixth Sense.
Black Hawk Down, great movie.
For sure. That's going to beat a lot of shit.
Oh,
so the last
shit.
one, kind of an interesting matchup.
This is a
on
weird one too.
The Wrestler versus No Country for Old Men.
Recent addition to our list.
Yep, we just did a review of it. I don't know if it was last. I think it was last episode.
Yeah.
I think that was that, or maybe the episode before last. We had a fight talk last episode. But yeah, we did a review of it, and we added it to our list, so it's gone up against a few movies already.
I brought this up at work. My boss asked me if I'd seen any movies lately, and I said I saw a movie from years ago.
Yeah,
it's 09 or 07, sorry. And I was like, No Country for Old Men. He's like, I've kind of heard of it.
Yeah.
And then my other buddy, another manager there, walks in. He's like, I just watched that on Netflix.
Yeah.
And
It's
he's
on
like,
Netflix,
that's
so.
fucking so good.
Mm-hmm.
It is so good. Like The
Wrestler's so good too.
so good too.
And they're slow. They're both slow too.
And
really
maybe,
great performance
maybe
from Mickey Rourke.
if I had watched The Wrestler recently,
Yeah, I know.
but No Country for Old Men.
It's crazy how, and it's almost the same. They're both almost a decade old. Man, yeah. I mean, this is almost a coin toss, but yeah, because we just watched No Country for Old Men.
If we had watched The Wrestler on that same day, maybe
if we
it
did
would
a double
be.
feature. Well, first off, we couldn't have done a double feature. That would have been tough.
Yeah.
Two slow movies.
Yeah, oh, Jesus Christ.
And then let's put it on
I already
2001.
I already fall asleep sometimes.
No Country for Old Men. Yeah. I kind of want to watch The Wrestler now.
Yeah.
Kind of.
But
Maybe
we've
not
both watched
tonight.
it. We've got other movies to watch.
Ooh.
All right, we'll do one more. Last one.
Oh, yeah. That was okay. Yeah, the last one. This is a crazy matchup, too, I think. JFK versus Gladiator. Now, I know there's people that don't like Gladiator for some reason, but I love that movie.
I love Gladiator.
I mean, they're both really great movies.
JFK's a good movie, but I don't love JFK.
No.
Gladiator was a fucking
They're
great
both
movie.
like epic movies. It's just one's more of an epic movie about it's
They're
Oliver
both bullshit
Stone
movies. So
it's Oliver Stone doing
his
biopic
version of what
Kennedy assassination
true,
with his theories,
with adding people that didn't exist.
but it's still
into
well
it.
done. Yeah, it's fine.
It's
like
a great movie.
anybody that goes to I mean, this is more egregious because it's like kind of important history versus like people that complain about The Revenant. It's like that boy didn't. It's like who gives a fuck if that boy didn't. It's like if you're watching a movie thinking it's history, you're already fucking in the wrong place.
Unless it's a documentary
Yeah.
about history.
Yeah, and even still, like documentaries. Like I was watching this one. What was it about? Oh, it was about these homeless kids in Orange County. It's like the most expensive place in California to live, but like there's these families that are poor and can't like a studio is like $1,500 a month, or it was when they filmed it. But the lady that's doing the documentary is like telling the kids, like you hear her behind the cameras, like, "Oh no, go do this, go give them all a kiss." Like she's like directing, telling them all what to do in the documentary,
Yeah.
versus just showing what people versus a good documentary. Like Adam Scorchi documentaries.
You've heard our buddy Adam Scorchi.
Nick
Diaz.
Nick. Yeah, that's. I'm looking forward to that. Well, he's doing a Danny Trejo one that I'm looking forward to.
We're getting his ass back on the podcast. So.
Yeah. But anyway,
stay tuned.
anybody
for Adam
that's
Scorchi.
watching JFK, or you're watching Malcolm X, or you're watching any other movie, and you're like, "Man, it's not historically accurate." It's like, well,
it's a movie.
you're fucking
We're trying to fit
It's a
everything in
film.
2.5 hours, and
Especially
we have to
like-
make something dramatic happen.
especially like Gladiator or 300. People are like, "That's
Especially if you're Oliver North, or I mean
Oliver Stone."
Oliver
Yeah,
Stone.
He's kind of gone off the
Yeah, but Gladiator,
Gladiator. All right, bam,
and that's it.
Sign up now over at patreon.com/inspired disorder so you can binge the full week of this show, The Ray Taylor Show, ad-free. All 7 episodes, no ads. Binge it now in both audio and video versions. You can also get a coupon code to save a bunch of money on The Many Faces if you want to start buying some of my artwork. If you like Photoshops, you can download the raw Photoshop files for all the Photoshops I do. It's only $3 a month, so sign up now over at patreon.com/inspired disorder. Also get 2 free audiobooks through Audible when you sign up through my link, inspireddisorder.com/audible. It's 2 free audiobooks just for signing up. You also get a new free book every month. Audible originals are available, guided wellness programs, news, so much more. Sign up now and get yourself 2 free audiobooks through my link, inspireddisorder.com/audible. Make sure you follow Keith Spurlock on Twitter at KeithSpurlock1. New episodes come out every single day. Subscribe on IGTV, YouTube, and everywhere else podcasts are found. Binge the full week ad-free over at patreon.com/inspired disorder. Buy Ray Taylor Show merch over at inspireddisorder.com. Follow the show on Instagram at Ray Taylor Show, and have yourself a great day. Peace out!